Yo, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is good to be back making another video. Just a small update before we jump into the Ricoh GR3. The Iceland 2022 trip is 9 spots full. I just want to give an update on that. There's 1 early bird spot left and 5 full price spots. So if you want to join me in Iceland in June 2022, sign up in the link below. That's just a little update for you. All right, so in this video, I tried out the Ricoh GR3 for the first time. I was borrowing it from my friend Eric, who owns the YouTube channel Huga. Go check him out for minimalist lifestyle YouTube videos. One day, Eric asked me if I was down to try out the Ricoh GR3 because he knows that I'm pretty acquainted with the Leica system for my own street photography. And I've definitely heard of the Ricoh system from the GR1 to the GR3X, which just came out a couple months ago, but he wanted to know if I was interested in this camera that was designed for the street photographer in mind. So I said, why the heck not, right? Like, some people are not going to be investing in a film camera for street photography because the cost of film is so high with the scanning, developing, and the roll itself. So a digital camera totally makes sense for a lot of people, and the price point and the size and form factor is super nice. Eric even lent me a 28mm diopter that goes on the hot shoe of the camera, and I love the 28mm frame line because that's what I mainly shoot for my street photography. This camera does have a crop sensor, so it's not full frame. It's actually cropping in from, I think, an 18mm lens. So a lot of things are going to be a lot more in focus when I stop down to f8 or f5.6, which is my typical MO. But enough talking and more shooting, so I hope you guys enjoy these photos. Alright, so today's video is going to be in Chinatown of San Francisco, and I come here a lot to do a lot of street photography, so hopefully today will yield a lot of good subjects.
Same thing for the R5, like that makes no sense. Makes 0 sense, dude.
And starting right off the bat, the autofocus missed. That wasn't a good first impression of this camera. I was getting acquainted with the settings and fiddling around, and I was playing with this mode called snap focus. It's supposed to be this cool feature in the Ricoh GR3 where you slam the shutter button and then it automatically snaps to a zone like maybe 5 to 12 feet based on your settings. And it's supposed to be very useful in a pinch when things are moving quickly, like zone focusing on a manual focus lens. Here I was pretending to cross the street so that I can snap a photo of these 2 OGs standing on this corner, and I think it worked for the snap focus for the first time. I'll work with these red curtains. Oh, come back down. Oh, this looks sick. I really enjoyed that corridor of light that leads your eyes from the red curtain all the way down to the bag of oranges that the guy was holding. But there's also a lot of empty space in this photo, so it's kind of like, whatever.
Oh, where's everyone watching the movie?
Probably by the Embarcadero.
Stay where you want to go.
Yeah, hold on. I got one right here. Sorry. So it was Fleet Week in San Francisco when this video was filmed. The Blue Angels were flying over the city, and I noticed these people on the street corner looking up to the sky, and I wanted to document that little reaction, but the photo turned out alright. This camera isn't that great at handling high contrast backlit situations, and I missed with the snap focus again. We got one. Sick. Shout out to Faisal Westcott. This one goes out to you. I'm pretty glad I got this guy eating his ice cream, but it looks kind of gross, not gonna lie. Or in there. Like literally every day he would be there.
Could've documented that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Could've had to pass twice a year.
Yep. That's before I knew anything. Nice one, bro. I really thought this guy was really interesting on this bench right here, so I quietly walked up behind him, set my zone, placed this camera right on my chest so I don't have to look at him, and I want to get as close as possible so I can get a good picture of him. And ooh, it looks good with him puffing out his smoke, but I think he's a little bit out of focus, and there's just so much going on in the background, it kind of takes away from the photo. Okay, so here are some of my concluding thoughts about the Ricoh GR3. It's a great camera for its price tag. It's just not great for me. Yes, I only had a few hours with this camera and I was learning on the fly during this entire filming of the video. I think the feature that gives this camera its highest potential is the snap focus feature because it's so similar to zone focusing on manual focus lenses. Like the ability to go around walking and when you see something happen in front of you to know your zone, slam the shutter button and you don't have to worry about where the autofocus point is, because I feel like that is going to be the bane of a lot of cameras that are going to be used in street photography, like the Fuji X100V or the Leica Q series or any camera with autofocus, because if your point is not on the subject or face tracking isn't on or not working, you're gonna miss no matter how fast the autofocus system is. Alright, and this part of the camera really bothered me, but this is such a petty personal preference, and it's the fact that there was an LCD screen that kept popping up the image review, because when I'm like using a camera that doesn't have an LCD, obviously because it's film, I kept worrying about what the exposure is on the back of the LCD, and I was fiddling with all the settings that I was actually not as present as I am on the streets when there's only one viewfinder right here, and knowing my settings from the sunlight to the shade to in between. The LCD screen really got me twisted, which is why this camera isn't good for me, but it's great for other people because like the zoom rocker and all the other features are really easy to access to, and it gives you a live update of what the image is going to look like other point and shoots. So it's just not for me, but it is a great camera for other people. The camera is super small, so you can easily throw it in a pocket, whether it's your hoodie, your pants, or your jacket. You can roll around your daily life or photograph whatever you want. It's actually smaller than this setup right here, which is a tiny 28mm lens and a pretty slim body, I would say. This camera is really good for its price point. I highly recommend getting it if you have the budget and you can't really afford the Fuji X100 series or the Leica Qs, for example. So the Ricoh GR series, highly recommend. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys like this video. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.